But today, ISM's got this module on helping to meet sales goals. It's like, well, we're purchasing, we're not sales. And it's a little goofy, but their whole drive is we need to be a significant portion of the business. So the business is all about sales, so we have to help meet sales goals. It's like, all right. Create systems and processes improvements to help the organization meet sales goals. So product and technology roadmaps. Organizations tend to make choices around four primary factors that will determine their supply chain strategy: the target market, mass market versus niche, high price, high service strategy versus low service, so Nordstrom versus Walmart, develop products and services in-house or leverage products and services that already exist, make versus buy. So we covered the technology roadmap before. This is the one on the engine fan clutches, where the 2-speed was more expensive than the variable speed, and this was just a better product. So we're dropping that and picking up this. What type of product features are needed to support the target market? So this is going back to here. So target market is the first of the four. And then product features and technology is the second. May choose to have high-end features with complex technology or simple technology with many options. Depends on the availability of research and development. Then 3 of 4 is customer selection and operational scale. One large customer or multiple small customers. You're going to sell to the government or you're going to sell to a bunch of people. Large customer means a large scale plant and office presence. And selection of multiple customers may require a smaller scale of operations that's more flexible. And then the fourth one would be customer service staffing levels. High level of customer service requires a higher level of inventory and staffing levels. To be successful, a company should share its planning information with its suppliers to complement its decisions, especially if you're in retail. So top line revenue growth or sales growth. Company sales growth and revenue objectives are a good place to start for purchasing to plan their company's supply chains. So you can have a direct effect on the company's top line revenue by doing things like working with the supplier to reduce product time to market, helping bring new product to market on time, buy from reliable, high quality source to prevent supply interruption, buy it for the lowest total cost of ownership. So data on sales performance to plan. It's important for purchasing to monitor their company's ongoing plan versus actual sales gap to best understand the appropriate supply chain strategy adjustments. So point of sale information, a good source of actual sales versus plan information comes from the point of sales transactions directly recorded by the customers. These are the barcode scanners at the cash register. And continuity of supply means that the company can get the products it needs in the quantity and quality needed when and where they are needed. That's continuity of supply. Purchasing supports this effort through reliable suppliers and managing them well. So purchasing assesses risk of the supply, continuity, and develops contingency plans to avoid it. Demographics, what's the customer base, location, age, gender, etc. Understanding the company's customer demographics allow purchasing to better understand the complete demand picture and better manage the supply base. So are your customers looking for high quality stuff or are they looking for cheap stuff? For instance, an expensive product feature may turn out to be minimally important in a significant segment. In other words, they may like the feature, but they're not willing to pay extra for it. If this occurs, purchasing can document the impact of removing the feature and check for supply implications. Integration requirements between supplier and customer systems. So EDI, I'm not really sure what the Rosetta Net is, but there's also other web services, web portals. Proliferation of standards increases the difficulty and possibility of cost of implementing these solutions. So they're talking about, I think, IT standards. And joint improvement opportunities with suppliers in this area require we first understand where the integration would be desirable. Then there's pricing strategies. They can be a key driver in enabling product development and getting to your sales price and margin goals. So purchasing can source the parts from cheaper sources, giving the marketing the ability to drop the price and increase volume. Profits are affected in the same manner as margins above. If demand is price sensitive, a company can lower its price to increase volume, but somehow or another, they're going to have to get cheaper parts. Market share. With overall profitability, a company can adjust its price to gain or maintain market share. And other relocate overhead to make the products more competitive, such as not charging for R&D to mature products, because you're not really doing R&D on mature products. Setting a sales price, straight markup method. Find the suggested selling price by determining what the gross margin should be. This is like target costing. So cost of the product, costs for the product of $100 a unit for both fixed and variable costs. So that's what it costs you to make it. Gross margin requirements are 25%. And so your sales price is then going to be $125. And then there's the rate of return method. Find the suggested selling price by determining what return on investment should be first. Cost for the product of $100 for both to make it. Investment required is $500,000 for tooling, etc. And desired return on sales is 15%. So estimated sales quantity is 10,000 units. So basically what it is, sales price equals the target return price, which equals unit cost plus the desired return times invested capital divided by unit sales, or 107.5. This is much easier to figure. This gets kind of complicated, and also it comes out a lot lower. Several factors. Purchasing needs to have a detailed understanding of critical service factors expected from their role in the company's supply chain. Quality, customer service, logistics, IT, design, coordination, strategic partnerships, etc. Purchasing needs to remain connected to sales and warranty to minimize any friction and reduce total cost of ownership. And warranty especially, we don't do a real good job of that in this company, but if we knew more about where we're having problems with warranty, it would help in working with the supply base. Integration of sales and supply plans. So purchasing and sales need to have an integrated planning process. Purchasing needs to be aware of any promotions or other planned demand spikes, and need to be aware of seasonal demand peaks. Given enough lead time, purchasing can prepare for peak demand and not have to incur a lot of premium freight if we know it's coming. All right. Which of the following is a poor strategy to use when supply management and suppliers collaborate to improve end-to-end supply chain economics? I'm looking for one that's a poor strategy. One of these kind of silly questions. Anybody got a guess?
Is it B?
Yeah, you're not going to refrain from technology systems just to protect your data secure. If you never use the computer, it's always secure. It is. All right, one more. Demand management is included in the supplier collaboration process and allows an organization to reduce costs by managing the factors that drive consumption. Which I think means if you want to sell more, drop the price. Which of the following is not one of the typical levers used in demand management? I think you kind of look at what one doesn't belong with the other three. Guesses, anybody? I would go with this one because it doesn't really seem to go with these other three in my mind anyway. Let's see what these guys have to say. D. Because the product value engineering, while one component of the supplier collaboration process is considered when implementing specific rationalization rather than when implementing demand management. All right, but if you make the product cheaper, anyway, that's what they're thinking. I don't know how imposing tighter process tracking helps us, but okay. All right, there's 8 questions out there, so you guys can go ahead and get working on them. Just raise your hand when you get done. Otherwise, we'll go over answers at 2:25. All right. Go over some answers here. A couple of these were a little bit tricky. One is Charlie. A reduction in price elasticity from the suppliers may affect profit margins, but it's not likely to affect sales. 2 is Bravo. Gross margin is defined as sales dollars less the cost of goods sold. 3 is Delta. Information and innovations from suppliers have the potential to create or improve new products for the supply manager's company, which enhances top-line revenue generation. Okay. Didn't you like about A? Although supply chain efficiencies do reduce costs, they do not normally increase revenue. All right. 4 is Delta. Supply manager is looking for a way of assessing the intangibles by finding something that correlates to them, which can be measured. 5 is Bravo. Intelligent agent is an electronic assistant that performs routine tasks, typically in the background. And 6 is Charlie. Because only a complete intercorporate procurement to pay cycle synchronization will result in best-in-class integration and alignment. I kind of disagree with that one, but okay. 7 is Bravo, using the straight markup method. And you have to look at what their markup was, not their desired rate of return. So you were looking for a markup on the straight markup method. So it's 125. And then B and 8 is A. Sometimes you don't even have to do the math. You know that this is usually going to result in a lower price. So you go look and see what's below 125. And then you got 2. I think you get a 106 and a 115 or something. But this is how you do the math. 10% times the investment divided by 10,000 units and 105.8 or 106. Any questions? All right. Tomorrow, what are you doing tomorrow? I think we're doing questions tomorrow. Yeah. Test questions for section D. Then we move into supplier quality stuff. All right. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Yeah.